Function inverses, example number 8, all right? So here we have a function called h of x, and let's go through. The instructions are to find the inverse, take it out of functional notation. So that's just, again, replacing that function with h of x with y, all right? Swap the variables, literally switch them. When this switch is taking place, this is when we have transitioned into having the variables trade places, and we're now in the process of finding inverse. We want to now solve this for y, because functions are y equals. This is no longer y equals. It's the opposite expression. So anyway, literal equations would be the key here. And clear fractions, distribute, combine like terms. I don't see any of that. And I would like to point out here that the y is in only one term. So we can use basically the reverse logic of the order of operations to get that by itself. In honesty, this could have been on assignment number 15. A literal equation solved for a particular variable. So, in the order of operations, wouldn't this subtract 24 be the furthest from y? Sound familiar? All right. So we add that over. Why? How come? Because adding and subtracting are inverse operations. See why I kept yelling inverse operations when we did this? Inverse function, inverse operation. I hope you then would realize that in the order of operations, exponents are performed before multiplication. That prompts us to get rid of the multiplier with its opposite, its inverse, division. This now becomes x plus 24 all over 6 equals y to the 5th power. And then what gets rid of that 5th power? The 5th root. Radicals and powers are inverse operations, so we would apply a 5th root to both sides. Now make sure you put that 5th root over the top of the whole thing. And that's going to be y now, isn't it? So how about y equals, I'm just switching sides here on the two expressions. And y would equal the 5th root of that. Okay, now, Mr. Salamander has a problem if you stop there, because I'm supposed to count this whole thing wrong. So please don't give me the dilemma of deciding whether to count this wrong. You do need to remember to change this to h inverse of x in order to show the viewer that this particular math expression does the reverse process of the original. If that's h, this needs to be called h inverse. So please remember that last step of changing it to an inverse. It's important notation. It shows the viewer the relationship between these two functions. All right, so there's that one, and we'll come back and enjoy one more inverse. Everybody's doing great, right? Let me hear it. Yeah, I can hear you. Good. Thanks a lot, guys.